Le Hussard sur le toit was released and it had a record. It was the most expensive movie ever made. This record was beaten 7 years later with this film. But once again, this enormous budget was worth to be spending. Alain Chabat controls perfectly the huge incomes to his disposition. For example, sceneries are carefully restored and the crowd movements are wide, and he succeeds in recreating the fanciful atmosphere of the Asterix albums. His making is very inventive, full of clever visuals and ringing brainwaves. Moreover, he doesn't only emphasize on the special effects of the movie, and this was one of the faults of the first Asterix film made by Claude Zidi in 1999. On the other hand, what a casting. It's very similar to the Sacha Guitry's film, Si Versailles m'a été compté, and you can have fun by guessing which actor epitomized which character of the album, Asterix et Cléopâtre. As far as Christian Clavier and Gérard Depardieu are concerned, they're better managed than in the Zidi's film. They don't ham it up and are more credible in their respective roles even if Depardieu isn't fat enough. The other actors are excellent, especially Gérard Darmon, rightly chosen, even the minor actors in whom Chabat grants a big importance. Nevertheless, this one doesn't fit in the Caesar's role. He is a bit listless and not authoritarian enough. At last, let's notice that the characters' names are successful and funny puns: menubus plus, numerobus, itinerus, but they're only easily understood for French people. At the end, a successful adaptation of the Asterix's comic strip on the screen and a pleasant entertainment. This is definitely a must-see film. The excellent director Alain Chabat, also acting as César, has managed to capture the very essence of the adventures of Asterix, the French comic books it's based upon, and to create a fantastically modern and intelligent comedy, which is also an homage to the world of animated films. This movie is so funny, so full of jokes, both visual and spoken, that it might take you 2 or 3 screenings before you notice them all, between your bursts of laughter. The only drawback is that a non-French audience, or at least a non-French speaking audience, might not get all the private jokes. There are so many dialogues impossible to translate, so many situations directly related either to the comic books or to the French way of life, that the fun might be lessened. However, it's still totally worth seeing for the beautiful picture, the amazing stunts, the music, the totally crazy atmosphere, and the excellent acting. All actors are great, but the film would not be the same without Jamel Debbouze, Gérard Darmon and Edouard Baird. And please don't ever compare this magnificent film to the terrible previous one based on the same comic books, Asterix et Obélix contre César, and directed by Claude Zidi.